Hello and welcome to the Anime Madness Reacts. I'm your host HenDiddy. I'm joined here today with Skeletony.
Hello.
For the first time in a while, we have a One Piece chapter. We have a One
Woo!
Piece chapter, chapter 1094. Before we get to the title of the chapter, make sure you check out all the links down in the description. Make sure you like, subscribe. Let us know what you thought about the chapter in the comments below. And let's get into this. We start out with a color spread of the Shimosuke family. A notch to Zoro's family tree being revealed, and his grandmother was actually the sister of, I can't remember the dude's name, but it's this one down here with his hand over his face.
Mm-hmm.
You guys can't see the screen. I don't know why I'm moving the mouse, but I can't remember his name for the life of me. But that dude's sister was Zoro's grandmother,
Mm-hmm.
and Kuina is a direct descendant of the creator of the Wado Ichimonji and the Enma and the Sabanakakiri, whatever, the
Something like that.
Momonosuke sword that was handed down from Odin.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember the full name of the sword. But we also got an older Kuina. Older than when she died. What? Oda, what are you trying to say with this? Oda has left Easter eggs in his color spreads before.
Is she really that much older though? I mean, she kind of looks it,
She
but
she looks several years older. I mean, it could be a young Tashigi because it was confirmed that Tashigi is a distant relative. She is part of the Shimosuke clan. We got
although I'm tempted to believe you, it's Kuina because of the guy right behind her.
not Kozaburo. It's Kozaboro's father, Kuina's grandfather. Kozaburo is Kuina's father, which is the one right
Mm.
above him.
Yeah.
And of course, you have the dragon in the back. This actually might be a nod to Monster because we have Ryuma and a dragon.
Mm-hmm.
And we know Monster is a one shot that was before One Piece that follows Ryuma in his quest of slaying a dragon. And we also got, what the hell was his name? Yasui. Yasui Shimosuke, who was the daimyo under Kazuki Odin and was shot down in Wano. Basically sacrificed himself so the raid on Onigashima could still happen, and was Otoko's adopted father. The little girl with the pink hair that Sanji serves food to right before he becomes Soba Mask.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. And we got Zoro doing 103 Mercy's Dragon Damnation, the move that bested King. So we move into the chapter 1094. Five Elders, Godhead of Science and Defense, J. Garcia Saturn. Oh
Here we go.
boy.
Yep.
Saturn's going to be making an appearance. So we start out with a flashback panel of Atlas wipe out all the Navy sailors on this island when she's giving the new order to the pacifistas, the Mark IIIs, showing that Vegapunk is above the authority chip, which Kizaru has. We get the Marines saying, was that an order from Vegapunk? That's not good. Then we get all the pacifistas receiving the order, which, if you remember, the pacifistas cannot receive order through Den Den Mushi. But what we do find out is the authority chip emits radio waves. And those radio waves can be picked up. Orders can be sent out through those radio waves as long as they come through the authority chip and so on. So that's how Atlas was giving the orders.
Mm-hmm.
Now we get the Marines cowering and running away. Plus, she's outside of the Frontier Dome as well, screaming at the top of her lungs. Because they escaped the Frontier Dome. Stay away from the pacifistas. We get them just wreaking havoc. One of the vice admirals is asking, "Does this mean Vegapunk's come down from above?" One of the lower Marines says, "Up there, search for Bonnie and Atlas." Oh, That's them screaming
That's
search for Bonnie and
yeah.
Atlas up there. Yep, you got Atlas on top with Frankie and Sanji inside with the Stella Vegapunk and the Vega Tank 8, which is it's a flying tank.
It's got like cloud wheels or something.
Yeah,
Weird.
it's like the white sea wheels.
Well, it says in the that panel, the tires of Vega Tank are made of island clouds, which means we will not plummet off.
Yep.
Huh.
And of course, that's Frankie and Vegapunk having that conversation while Atlas and Sanji are just screaming, Bonnie, where are you? And
It's
Sanji found
freaking.
her.
Oh my god. When has my lady radar ever been wrong? I hate that. When he's
So
not wrong
his
with it, no.
his observation hockey is more attuned to women than men.
Yeah.
He's able to use his observation hockey to pick out females better than he can men. Vegapunk says that sounds very unscientific, but I'll take it on faith. Vegapunk should know what hockey is.
Mm-hmm.
So he should be able to understand, like, oh, that's observation hockey.
Yeah, but it's because he calls it the lady radar, I'm pretty sure. So
Probably. I don't think Sanji realizes that that is actually his observation hockey at work.
he probably doesn't.
We know that the monster trio, well, the monster quartet now with Jinbei, all are able to use observation and armament hockey.
Mm-hmm.
And Zoro and Luffy can use conquerors. Luffy's proficient in all three. Zoro's proficient in armament, but starting to become proficient in conquerors. Jinbei's heavily proficient in armament. And Sanji is supposed to be heavily proficient in observation. But I don't think he realizes it because he mainly was working on his skywalk technique and armament hockey for Diablo Jambe and eventually Ifrit Jambe.
Mm-hmm.
So him and Jinbei have very high armament as well. Like, all of them have high armament hockey. Zoro and Luffy are the only ones that have Ryo and Conquerors infused armament.
Mm-hmm.
Luffy's the only one with Future Sight. Now, we don't know the depths of Jinbei's hockey yet. So Jinbei could have Future Sight. But as far as we know, Luffy's the only one with Future Sight, and Luffy's the only one with the invisible hockey. Which we find out.
Hockey?
So, all hockey is invisible in the world of One Piece.
Yeah.
To us readers, it has a black tint. But there are some moments where Oda has said that is a higher level of hockey. Like when during Marineford and the admirals are all standing there with their arms up.
Yeah.
They're using armament hockey. But even if we were time skip and we knew about hockey, we still wouldn't see it.
Oh, okay.
And a couple chapters ago when Kizaru got cut in half, remember how we thought it was like Future Sight or something?
Yeah. That was the invisible hockey.
And we thought that Sentamaru's axe wasn't covered in hockey because from the tint, it looks normal.
Yeah.
It's invisible hockey. Senjimaru's armament hockey is so highly advanced that it is invisible to even the reader.
Okay. That makes sense as well.
Tekken pointed that out for me. I listened to Tekken's chapter review of that chapter, and I think it was 1091 was the chapter.
Yeah.
And he pointed that out, that Senjimaru was using hockey the entire fight. But it's not confirmed. He also mentioned it's not confirmed that the admirals have observation. It is confirmed that they all... Well, it's not confirmed that they have Future Sight. It is confirmed that all admirals have armament and observation. And only Sengoku and Garp are the only two admiral class that have Conquerors.
Ooh, okay.
The only possible person I can see having Conquerors is Akainu and possibly Fujitora.
Yeah.
Now we know Fujitora has Future Sight.
Yes.
Because how advanced his observation is. There's no way he doesn't have it.
And if he doesn't, there's something wrong.
Yeah. Green Bull... we haven't seen enough of him, so it's only theorized that he just has basic observation and armament. Aokiji has advanced armament, and it's thought of just basic observation. Kizaru has all of them have advanced armament, not like because they have the invisible hockey.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to observation, the only one we know that has truly advanced observation is Garp, Sengoku, and Fujitora.
Yeah.
So Vegapunk brings up that this tank ain't up to my speed. I gotta go check on her. Is actually what Sanji says as he airwalks out. And as you can see, it's a pretty far distance, so he's definitely observation hockey that he was using. So there's someone saying Bonnie, the pirates over there. I guess that's the Marines. And she's thinking, good thing the pacifistas are on our side now. As we get a... Okay, Oda. Giving us 2 nice ass shots back to back. You can't... Every time he draws Bonnie from the backside and she's wearing something skimpy, it always turns out good. I don't know why, but... And of course, these outfits are very skin tight in this arc.
Oh yeah, very much so.
So she uses her first named attack other than just age manipulation called NDE, Near Death Experience, as she fires a bullet into 3 Marines. So they hit, but they don't actually, they're like water bullets, they gloop. And it turned the dude into a skeleton, then back, and then he fainted.
I think that's hilarious.
I saw the river Styx as he's foaming from the mouth. So then we come to a PX3 number 46, and he's telling Bonnie, no escape for you. Now this is weird because Atlas... No, it's not weird. This means Garcia's there.
No, go to the next page.
Oh, I'm not there yet.
Well, I'm just telling you that's not why.
Because I'm going over to... So yeah, so Bonnie rushes, says, no escape for you. Not knowing the next page, it doesn't make sense because Atlas just told him all unless Garcia's there.
No, you can see it on his back. There's the character that's doing it. I don't think we're introduced to them just yet because the next page actually gives us their name.
I can't. It's hard, very hard to make out. It even was zoomed in.
But it's
Bluegrass. It's Vice Admiral Bluegrass, the old lady, or I don't think she's an old lady. She just looks old.
I mean, yeah.
And she has a devil fruit power that can control an individual regardless of anything else. As a driver with a ride fruit. What?
She can ride on anything and take control of it. That's very interesting.
If you were to ask me about these Vice Admirals, what devil fruits we'd be introduced to with these Vice Admirals, this is the last thing I would have came up with.
A ride fruit. I can control anything I ride. So weird.
If I kill you, will that undo the curse you put on our soldiers?
Ooh.
And of course, Bonnie is like
having a moment
because it's a literal like clone of her dad going to kill her. But she gets rescued at the last second. Dun da da da! It's Sanji. And he's telling her, don't start facing out now. And she says, oh, Blackleg. And Sanji says, I heard about how Kuma's your old man. But you got to be smarter than this. Or else and we have another Vice Admiral coming in with Otter Hammer.
I think that's a big old shell.
I'm guessing he probably has some sort of devil fruit.
Probably. I mean, the hammer is a big old shell.
It's a big shell, but otter?
Well, otters eat a lot of clams and stuff, so it makes sense for the naming. even if it was just a plain old move, but there's probably more to it than just it's a clamshell hammer. I hope at least.
I hope there's more behind it. Maybe he has the otter no
Does
me and
he
it's
have
a
a tail?
Zoan.
I think he does. His feet don't look normal, and it looks like he has a
His
tail.
his face is different too.
Yeah. Probably has a Zoan then.
Yeah, it does look like a tail, and it does kind of look like bunny feet though, like rabbit's feet or deer feet.
Weird. All
Oda,
right, well, we're heading back up.
Oda, you going to elaborate a little bit? Like, we didn't
No.
even get a name plate for this person, but we got bluegrass.
No, he's actually not going to elaborate.
So Sanji gets Bonnie onto the Vega Tank 8, and we transfer back up to the Labosphere for some Nika Man.
I freaking love Luffy. He's running on the air with the spinny legs, man.
Yeah, he did that against Kaido too.
I freaking love this.
But we got Gear 5th Luffy versus Kizaru, which makes me wonder. To reach Admiral level, they probably have awakened their devil fruits.
Probably.
I wonder if we're going to see an awakened Kizaru.
Maybe? I don't know, though. Simply by
So,
looking at what happens on the next page.
Kizaru is saying, I can't spend all my time on you. And Luffy's starting to wheeze.
Yeah.
He's starting... His time's almost up in Gear 5th.
We can assume that
Kizaru
definitely.
tries to fly away and Luffy's running after him. And then we get Kizaru reacting to something. Luffy not really reacting. Zoro going, what's that? Lucci, the scaredest he looked in a long time. Jinbei looks scared as hell. What's this unearthly presence? Usopp's just saying hurry with
Nami and Chopper.
Nami and Chopper and I guess Kaku?
I'm going to assume that's who's on the thing right there.
Or could be York.
Could be.
Could be York or Kaku. And then we have the other Vice Admirals, Vice Admiral Dahl, and I can't remember the other dude's name. Dahl's the one in the background with the choker.
Yep.
She's the commander of G14, where the kids from Punk Hazard were sent to. It's where Smoker and Tashigi took the giant-fied kids from Punk Hazard.
And then
But they're both shocked, and then we just get a black silhouette with glowing eyes, and we all know who that is. It's Jay Garcia Saturn, where he's telling the pacifistas to stand down. Now, before you turn the page, Tekken came up with this theory, and I was kind of following along with it, that Vegapunk just told the Gorosei that they're higher up on the authority chain. We're about to find out if Tekken's theory is correct or not.
Well,
Did Vegapunk...
I accidentally turned the page before you said. I turned back, but I accidentally went forward.
Don't confirm anything. Did Vegapunk actually tell the truth and the Gorosei are actually the top rulers? Because remember, Vegapunk wasn't too happy about going and working with the government, but it was the best way he can get funding. He told Dragon that much on Ohara. He's more aligned with Dragon and the revolutionaries than he is with the world government. So would he say that they're higher and do like a test with it and be like, yeah, you're higher on the authority, but then switch it? Or are they actually higher? We're about to find out. And they are actually higher. See, if I was Vegapunk, the smartest man in the world, I would have switched it.
Yeah, but I don't think they would have found out, definitely.
No, they never. This is the first time a Gorosei has left in like years.
I mean, yeah, that is true.
Because even when the Iron Giant went up to Marie's Wall, the Gorosei didn't leave Pangaea Castle. Like, I wonder when the last time the Gorosei left Pangaea's castle and descended down the Red Line. I bet you it hasn't been since the Void Century.
Yeah, probably not.
Because even for Roger in the Great Pirate in the beginning of the Great Pirate era, and for Rocks, they didn't leave. They didn't leave the Red Line. They didn't leave Marijois.
Hmm.
And Vegapunk had an inkling that this was going to happen.
Yeah.
So, if I was Vegapunk, I would have switched the authority chip order. I would have put the Gorosei below him.
It would have been smart.
Uh huh.
But
Put
also,
him and Sentomaru at the top.
Yeah.
That would have made the most sense.
Oh my god, I'm looking at how panicked he is in the next page. I haven't read anything. I'm just looking at Vegapunk's face.
But yeah, so
Just, oof.
they all start standing down, and Atlas is freaking out. And she says, "Why? The only thing above us on the hierarchy is the five elders."
Magic pentagram.
Oh,
Don't know.
what the? Why
Don't
is
know
there a
what's going on
pentagram?
with that.
This is odd. Let's hurry on up. Something is
Something
coming. Alert to all units on location. Saint Saturn of the Five Elders is disembarking on Egghead. Even the Marines didn't know he was there, other than Kizaru.
Commodores and below aren't even allowed to have an audience with them. Whoa.
This is with the explosion. The Five Elders, they come all the way here? Five what? So,
The highest
Frankie
authority in
didn't
the
know
world.
who the Five Elders were?
He didn't, yeah.
I had a feeling Frankie
interesting.
would.
It's interesting that he doesn't, especially because
Especially he was at Baltimore with all
Yeah.
of Vegapunk's old research. Now, we don't know how long ago it was that Vegapunk was at Baltimore, but we do know that Punk Hazard was originally Vegapunk's area when he first started working with the world government.
yeah. They gotta get out of here.
Something's coming out of that circle, Sanji says.
Oh.
So hold up.
Oh.
It has five all around it. So is that just because the five elders, or is it because Saturn is ranked fifth?
I have no clue.
Because we don't have a
scared.
ranking. We don't have a ranking of power between them. We know what they are war gods of, and Saturn is the war god of science and development. Which is why he's the one that came here. I'm guessing if he's ranked fifth, if this is a ranking and he's ranked fifth of the five elders, and it's not just for the five elders, and he's ranked fifth, which makes sense because out of the planets that are used for the five elders, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, what's the fifth furthest from the sun?
Would be Saturn.
Would be Saturn. So it makes sense that he was 5, and Saint Jupiter would be 4. What was Mars? I can't remember what Saint Mars's was. It was something clever. Venus Juro, or Samurai Gandhi, would be 2, and Saint Valkyrie, or One Piece Gorbachev, would be 1. So...
Oh, I'm getting chills looking at this page.
Oh, we get an unsilhouetted form of his power, which we still don't know if it's a devil fruit or not. But it's... What the fuck?
Look at what he
that
says.
monster? Doesn't... Don't say it. I have a feeling that's... Highest
then
authority in
boom.
the world, 5 elders, Godhead of Science and Defense, Saint J. Garcia, Saturn. Ah, the surface, it's been such a long time.
I want to have a feeling that's his true form, but it has nothing to do with the devil fruit or anything.
No. It's an awakened devil fruit.
That also very well could be true.
Look at the smoke ring.
I mean, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
So it's a hybrid form. It is probably a mythical because it is a spider with horns. But it is awakened.
Yeah.
It has the same ring that Luffy... Well, Luffy's is white because of Nika Man and the whole white aesthetic with Luffy. But it's the same color ring as... Same color, like, flame ring as Lucci. When Lucci's in his awakened form. So this confirms it. It's not some sort of weird power from Emu or from before Devil Fruits. The Gorosei do have Devil Fruit abilities.
I wonder if it's in the god model
It probably is.
because they're all the godheads of their
And just
thing.
from his line saying, the surface, it has been such a long time. This is
Yeah.
making me want to believe more because I already think that all of the Gorosei is immortal and they're from the Void Century. This is putting more faith in that. The
What if
Gorosei
they're?
and Emu are from the Void Century. That I've been stuck on that theory since I first met the Gorosei.
It's been 800 years since they've had the Gomu Gomu no Mi, or rather the.
Yeah, they even said it's been eluding us for 800 years.
I wonder if Joy Boy was a Gorosei who left.
No, because it has been confirmed that Joy Boy was opposing the world government.
That's what I'm saying. That's why he left, because he didn't like what they were doing, so he then opposed them.
Joy Boy was part of the Ancient Kingdom, or
Was
affiliated
he?
with the Ancient Kingdom.
That's
yes.
right. That's right. That's right.
That was all confirmed.
Huh.
The Gorosei and the world government tried to get their hands on the Gomu Gomu no Mi so they can have the power, and not their enemy. But it's been avoiding them because,
So weird.
as we find out, it's a Zoan, and Zoans have wills of their own. I'm guessing this is some sort of devil. This is some sort of devil model, mainly because of the horns.
B.
What type? What are some mythical devil spiders?
I doubt we're gonna find anything.
I kind of don't want to look this up because of my arachnophobia. Beast of Giuvond is one.
Oh, wow. Okay, I'm going back to these pages. Oh boy.
Spider monsters and mythology. So there's a bunch of them.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
There are 12 total. So it could be one of those 12. We'll look at some of the wiki pages.
Whoa, okay. Oh my god. I'm going back. Oh my god.
Some of these do not even have images. This is one it could be. Great goddess of Teotihuacan. But it is a goddess. It is a spider goddess from Mexico. Well, ancient Mexico, before Mexico was Mexico. There's also one from Native Americans called Ikotomi, which is a spider trickster.
Oh my god.
Oh, I think I found what it is. Because this is straight from Japanese mythology. Jorogumo. It is a yokai. But here's the thing, it can shapeshift into a beautiful woman. Oda could be taking inspiration for that.
Of course, could be. I'm just saying, I think you should continue reading.
A lot of them are female. Here's another one that is from Japan. Tsuchi Gumo. It could also include Yatsu Kahagi and Ogumo. So this could be a mythical one. I haven't even started page 15.
You gotta read. Oh my god.
So Kizaru freaking destroyed the island clouds.
Yep.
And Luffy finally caught up And he's huffing and puffing.
Frankie asks him to do something.
Frankie's screaming to do something. Kizaru is a little shocked. Star gun?
Yeah, and look what he does to Kizaru's head.
That's a new move.
That one made contact too.
It made contact. Yeah, it did what when he punched Kaido and pushed his fist through Kaido. It's doing the same thing but with his foot, and it's affecting Kizaru. It's making him see stars. And now Luffy's like, that's my limit.
I love his face in that page.
Yeah. So much better than the one we got at Wano. And then
so good.
Saturn.
He doesn't call him Luffy. He calls him
Nika.
So he's seen this exact form before to recognize it.
And Luffy falls to the ground. He's still in gear 5th, though.
He is, but it's weird. It's weird because basically
the Vega. So it is weird. So when Luffy first fell to the ground, the first time he got out of gear 5th, it was like a slow drain effect, and it made him look like an old man. And then he restarted his heartbeat.
And we won't know what happens until next chapter.
Yeah, Vega Tank 8 burst open.
Crashes, yeah.
And then the final pages, we get a 3/4 page spread of Garcia Saturn hovering over Atlas, Sanji, Bonnie, Vegapunk, and Frankie.
You can see the anger in his eyes when Saturn speaks.
And Saturn says, I thought we had already had killed you, Vegapunk. And we got Bonnie, it looks like,
just keep going.
Thinking, I gave you an order, Vegapunk. And Bonnie's rushing. He must not have any will left. But that'll mean Kuma is what? As Bonnie stabs Garcia Saturn, crying. Are we literally going to get nothing from Bonnie? Like, is this literally going to be the end of, like... So that's the end of the chapter. No break next week.
Thank God. We don't need that. We need to see what the hell happens.
So Tekken recently did a disappointment scale for the Supernova. And he had Bonnie ranked pretty low. But...
That's fair.
If Bonnie ends right here, this is going to be worse than a poo.
I don't think Bonnie's ending right here. We still don't know where Kuma is.
Oh, dude.
The robot coming in to fight Garcia.
Kuma comes in and saves Bonnie last second.
Mm-hmm. That'd be dope.
I can so see that happening.
Especially because we saw that robot activate.
Yeah, the Iron Giant began to activate in chapter 1093.
Which now we don't know what it was reacting to. Could it have been reacting to Saint J. Garcia being on the move?
I don't think it could have been reacting to Nika.
Because it would have already reacted if it was on Wano.
Not necessarily.
Well, we can assume it could have.
It could have.
Could have had a reaction.
But
it was reacting to Nika being back.
It didn't react to Luffy going gear 5th against Lucci. Way at the beginning of this arc.
Mm-hmm. But that's when Garcia was pretty much already on the island. Well, at least there.
He was on his way. He was not at the island yet. Because remember, a full 2 days go by.
Well, I mean, he was at the island. He wasn't on it yet, but he was at the island.
No, a full 2 days go by before the Marines arrived.
I don't...
You had Luffy showing up to Egghead. You had about a half a day, and then CP0 showed up. Then you had the battle that lasted a while, and then you had the full days... the battle lasted a half a day at first. And then you had the full day's rest that they had.
Yeah.
It was from Luffy arriving to Garcia stepping foot on the island was 2 days.
That's true, but we didn't see the robot activate until after Sentomaru died, because that's when we went back to Kuma on
Yeah,
Maryjois.
it was, and that's probably when.
I'm
Uh,
thinking Kuma probably got to the robot af- after Maryjois, which would have been around the same time that
well, we don't.
Garcia would have already
So
left.
we, yeah, that was after Garcia.
Garcia was already gone,
Garcia was
like
already
off the island.
gone when Kuma scaled the red line. Yes,
So I want to think it had to do with instead of maybe
but from
Garcia
the
like
timeline,
arriving, it could be when Garcia left
from
Maryjois.
from the timelines though, we don't really know where that is in the timeline because we know we have a rough estimate that because they were roughly equal distances from Wano, the three islands,
Yeah,
that Law interacting with Blackbeard, Shanks interacting with Kid, and Luffy landing or interacting with the Sea Beast and Lilith all happened roughly at the same time. Roughly,
yeah.
it was within the same day. Law's might have happened a little bit quicker because he has a submarine that is propelled and not sailing vessel like Kid and
hmm
Luffy. But when Kuma arrived back at Kamibaka Queendom and left the Queendom, we don't know where that actually lies in the timeline.
hmm
But the Iron Giant, I have a feeling, is reacting to the Gorosei. And not just the Gorosei in general, the Gorosei utilizing their devil fruit.
Like I want to think that the
And based,
robot maybe descended or not descended. The robot activated after he descended, but like before he got to the island, because that would line up time wise probably.
it was probably when he started his like demonic ritual.
Yeah, like maybe when the circle was there, boom, robots activated because that's him now
Yeah. And
become
that's
like
another
coming out of
thing.
the
It's
surface.
definitely a mythical model, but I don't think it's a god model. I think it's a demonic model.
It would be, but we don't know because they're the god.
It's a
They're the godhead.
pentagram.
It is, and there's also plenty of things with pentagrams aren't necessarily evil. They're just ritualistic. That's all it is.
And he has a horns.
I mean, yeah, but
And there are three different spider beings that are evil beings or yokai in Japanese mythology. Which is where I think the inspiration for this. Now this Tekken thought his was like a bull or something because of the horns. I have a
hmm
feeling they all might have horns, or he might be the only one with a devil with a like an actual devil fruit.
like I don't want to give. I don't want to say confirmed whether or not it's a devil or a god, like a devil or like god power, but it's definitely something with like a higher power.
Yeah,
Also, not all yokai are bad,
not all,
like evil. Yeah.
but the majority of them are evil.
I wouldn't go say evil. I'd say just would cause mischief. There are a lot that do just straight up like eat people, but
Yeah. Uh, but with that said, I hope y'all enjoyed our reaction. Subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment of what you think's gonna happen next week in the chapter. What y'all thought of this chapter?
my God, it's crazy.
Crazy, and what you think Saint J. Garcia's Saturns or Judge Dreadlocks? What do you think his devil fruit is? Because we know now that it is a devil fruit. It is an awakened devil fruit. Um, there's actually a color image here that I'm gonna send Tony, which I don't know if this is the official color image or not, but that's definitely demonic looking. But let us know what you think his devil fruit is. I think it's some sort of mythical demonic Zoan, which is more than likely it's definitely some sort of mythical Zoan.
Absolutely, 100% a mythical
I
zone.
think it's something demonic. And I think all of the Gorosei and Emus are going to be demonic in some way because it makes sense story wise. Luffy's the sun god of salvation and liberation. It makes sense that the Gorosei would be something demonic. Which makes
Who's
me
to say
think,
Emu has a devil fruit though?
huh?
Who's to say Emu has a devil fruit?
The silhouette it formed during the Reverie flashback.
I mean,
It was highly similar to the rest of the Gorosei's silhouettes.
it's true, but like I won't believe Emu has a devil fruit just yet, only because there's still so much.
Now,
there's so little we know about
there's still
Emu.
so little we know about Emu. Yes, you're correct. And there's still the theory going around that Emu is Umi. So there's already a theory on St. J. Garcia Saturn's wiki.
Ooh, all right.
And so people thought he was an ox at first, an ox or a bull.
Understandable.
The Ushi Oni. The Ushi Oni is an ox Oni. Well, it's still an ox.
Yeah.
From Western Japan, depicted to be a bona fide headed monster. Ushi Oni have brutal, savage personalities. Their appearance varies, mainly based on geographical location. They usually have an ox's head with sharp upward curving horns. Garcia Saturn had those. Yep. Wicked fangs and a slender tongue. We didn't really see him open his mouth.
He doesn't. I don't think it's covered by the beard like the entire time.
Yeah, they spit poison. Well, he was also in hybrid form. That was clearly a hybrid.
We can assume it's hybrid form, but we also don't know if he can go further or not. We don't know.
Well, it is awakened, so. And if he has been alive since the Void Century, he's had plenty of time with this fruit.
Mm-hmm.
Their body is most commonly depicted as spider-like, with 6 legs and long singular claws at the end of each appendage.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
What?
That right there. That's that creature, that Oni. That's what it is. That's his form. He has talent. He only has 6 legs. He's got talons at the end of each of them.
So it is a spider Oni. It is an ox spider Oni. So he has the Ushi no Mi mythical model Ushioni or Gyuki.
Something like that.
It's also known as Gyuki. So I would guess it's the Ushi no Mi mythical model Gyuki.
Something like that.
And that is the official colors of St. J. Garcia.
Ooh, okay.
Let us know what you think. We confirmed what his. We don't know if this is actually what his devil fruit is going to be called. We don't know. Based on appearance of it, it is safe to say this is his devil fruit. But
absolutely,
knowing Oda, he can spin this another way.
whatever way he wants, yeah.
So let us know if you think it actually is an Ushioni or a Gyuki. And leave a like. And next week, we'll see you next week. Make sure you check out. We might have a video up tomorrow. I guess you'll have the notifications on to find out. We look forward to you on Wednesday to see episode 7 of season 2 of The Madness, the best sports anime, and we're gonna try to get out a wormhole this upcoming Saturday for next week. But with that said, have a good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Monkey, monkey! Monkey!